I'm Gary, and this is Coasting with Culture. I like to combine theme park visits and riding roller coasters with various cultural experiences around the world. Last time, I visited the maritime attractions of Halifax and wandered around its city center before heading to Annapolis Royale for Upper Clements Park and its unique wooden roller coaster. This time, it's the beginning of the end for the Great Canadian Coaster Run, heading to the province of Quebec for a number of coaster credit stops over the next few days. The first day includes a mountain coaster, a coaster in a fairly large zoo, and getting a few missing coaster credits at the province's largest park. These early mornings are always so brutal. This was the final flight between cities for the Great Canadian Coaster Run, as I would be departing Halifax for the city of Montreal. While I had been to Montreal for a day before, this would be a chance to see more of the province of Quebec. Since the weather was good on this morning flight, it gave me an opportunity to enjoy the sights along the way, including a stretch over the Bay of Fundy. Eventually, we made our approach for landing, which offered views of the city, including seeing the likes of Ronde in the distance and Olympic Stadium nearby.
And welcome to Montreal. As we taxi to the gate, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. On behalf of your crew, thank you for including us in your travel plans. We wish you a warm welcome home, a great day in the area, a safe and pleasant journey to your next destination. Thank you for choosing Washington. We look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Never had a Jetta for a rental car before. New experience. As we continue, please forgive my pronunciation as my previous French experience is limited to bonjour and merci. The first stop in Quebec was Mont Saint-Sauveur, a ski resort that offers summertime attractions from several smaller rides, mini golf, and a wave pool. What I was most interested in here was their mountain coaster, the Viking. The Viking was certainly a mountain coaster that really takes advantage of the terrain, and it really takes advantage of the woods to help add to the feeling of speed. Didn't quite have the same pops of air that the one in Ontario had. However, this was still a lot of fun, definitely among the better mountain coasters that I've ridden. And it was a lot longer than I anticipated, because there was a point we were getting to a leveling off, and I thought, wow, this is going to be a really short mountain coaster. And then it just continued on further up. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually pretty long. But that was just the first stop here in Quebec. Now it's time to head back toward Montreal to go to stop number 2 today. The second stop would actually lead to the other side of Montreal, to the city of Granby for the Granby Zoo, or as they call it here, Zoo de Granby. Right away upon entering, this zoo had a unique feature with its roaring machine where you could compare your roar to that of a lion. I think he won. Since this zoo has an amusement ride area with a coaster, I made my way there first to get the credit. The zoo's amusement park offers a variety of flat rides like those you might find in a carnival, and many of them are on the easier side, which can be enjoyed by children or by families together. Several of the smaller rides are included with your zoo admission, but a few of the bigger rides will require a ticket to ride, including the coaster that brought me here, Python Panique. This L&T Systems compact coaster isn't going to top many best coaster lists, but it does offer a fun ride, and they send you through the course twice. The amusement park certainly adds some more options to Granby Zoo here as far as things to do. But of course, when coming to a zoo, the main attraction is the animals. And now that I've had a chance to ride the roller coaster here, it's time to go check them out. Most of the zoo's animals are spread out into villages based on the continent of origin. But there are some that can be found in the central area of the zoo, like these Himalayan taurs who hang out with these yaks just outside of the amusement park area. Granby Zoo also offers the opportunity to get a bird's eye view for several exhibits, as you can ride the monorail that goes around and through multiple villages. While I would have loved to try it out, the line was a bit long, and I only had so much time before I needed to make my way to the day's final stop, so I took a pass for this visit. The first village I went into was for Asia, which had a great variety of animals to enjoy, including camels, red-crowned cranes, tigers, and leopards. My favorite in this village was the Japanese macaques, as not only were there several to see, but there were even adorable little baby macaques, some of which would play a game of tag with the older ones. Next door to the Asia village was a special exhibit called Dino Zoo, which seemed a lot like the Dinosaurs Alive walkthroughs that several Cedar Fair parks had a while back, with animatronic dinosaurs on a walking trail for a look back in time. The next village I explored was Oceania, which is the location of their aquarium that features marine life of the Pacific Ocean. One area in this aquarium includes a touch pool with a number of rays swimming around. Back outside, you'll find several land animals that are common in Australia, including kangaroos, emus, and wallabies. In fact, there were a lot of wallabies. So many, you'd think they were breeding like rabbits, and oh god, they are! Let's get that covered up. Let me find a different clip. There we go. So, yeah, there are a lot of wallabies. Moving on. The last village I went to on this visit was the Africa Village. The meerkat exhibit was unique from others in the zoo because of its inclusion of these viewing domes for kids to get an up-close look at these little guys. This village may have the best variety of animals, including the likes of elephants, giraffes, gazelles, and zebras, ring-tailed lemurs, silverback gorillas, ostriches, giant storks, and lions. But there was one animal that the former Jungle Cruise skipper and me had some reservations about seeing: hippos. Any skipper, past or present, will tell you getting this close to these guys can be really dangerous, which made me wonder why these folks were getting so close to them. Look at it, lurking in the water. And if you've been a skipper, they know. Oh yes, they know. So I certainly enjoyed Zoo de Granby here in the town of Granby, Quebec. And of all the zoos that I've been to, this is definitely one of the better ones, as they do have a great variety of animals. They have great viewing spots of the different animals, so you can really get a chance to enjoy them. The website says that you should take about 2 days to enjoy the zoo. I don't know if I'd go that far, but in the 2.5, 3 hours that I spent here, I definitely didn't do everything. So I'd say probably maybe another hour or two would have been enough. However, the zoo is about to close, and there's another place that I've got on my plan today before calling it a night. For the first time in about 8 years, I would come back to my first park outside the United States, La Ronde. Because of the operating schedule for some of the other locations I had planned, and since I'd already been here before, I split my visit into 2 evenings. This evening would be focused on getting the 2 coasters I wasn't able to ride on that first visit in 2011, heading first to Boomerang. During the theme park review tour of that year, this coaster was closed for the day that we visited, so it was nice to be able to get back and check it off my list. This particular visit was just a few days after Super Menage closed down for good, but luckily I had already ridden it before during that previous visit. The other coaster I needed was the Marché du Mille Pattes. This is one of the few Aero Mini Mine Train style coasters in operation. After this ride, the park was closed, but I'd come back for more rides in a couple days. Thank you for watching this Coasting with Culture video. If you'd like to see future videos about combining theme park visits and cultural experiences, please consider clicking that subscribe button down below. You'll also find Coasting with Culture on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, plus more content at coastingwithculture.com. Until next time, take care and safe travels.